Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Rock Kaput with Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah, and Alex. It's us again, and we're covering rock and metal. And today's topic is the British band Supergrass, and we're ranking their whole catalog. They have 6 albums in total, and Oliver is going to start with his
Okay.
first three,
So
last three.
yeah, so exactly. So first of all, I had almost completely forgotten about this band. And I owned 2 albums by them, which I hadn't heard for, I don't know, 20 years or something like that. There was one song I always got back to on, road trips. If you want something to sing along, I always put on "Moving" from their third album, and so that was the song I always associated with them. But I wasn't familiar with most of their catalog, so that was, yeah, it was quite a pleasant surprise to get into this band. Yeah, let's start with number 6. Number 6 is their second to last album from 2005. It's called Road to Rouen. Um, and first of all, Supergrass haven't made a bad album. They are all good to great. This one is obviously one of the just good albums. Um, what what is lacking on this one to me is, or with the last 2 albums, to be exact, is the sound. I love the very, yeah, almost punkish attitude. They're very, when they started on their debut, they're very careless and just having fun and banging out those 3-minute pop songs. And on Road to Rouen, it's the first album where it gets a bit more polished, I'd say. And that's still a good album, but it doesn't work that well with me. I kind of miss the energy. One great track on it is St. Petersburg. That's a gorgeous song. There's another track called Coffee in the Pot, which I could do without. It's just a short, I don't know, instrumental, bit jazzy. I don't know. Yeah, they could have left this off this album. So yeah, that's my number 6, Road to Rouen. On number 5, I have their last album from 2008, and that's called Diamond Hoo Ha. Um, and there's not a bad song on there. Lots of high energy, hooky pop rock, I'd say. But yeah, like Road to Rouen, this is a bit too clean sounding for me. It's a bit like, I don't know. I always had to think of the Foo Fighters, which they're actually good friends with. It sounds a bit too mainstream for me. I think this record would have profited from a bit less polished production. So yeah, number 5, Diamond Hoo Ha. And on number 4, and now we're getting into the records. I think that every record from here on out is great, and that wasn't easy to rank them. Number 4 is their debut album, I Should Coco, from 1995. Uh, that's a total blast. I mean, I had so much fun with this album because yeah, just every song has a great hook and fun lyrics. I totally loved the second song on there, Caught by the Fuzz. It's about a 15-year-old boy who got caught doing cocaine for the first time, and now he sits in the back of the police car and has to think about his parents who will get him in the police station, and he has to explain to them what happened, and it's all from his point of view. Very cool track that kind of sums up the vibe of this album. Just very spontaneous, high energy, no frills. pop rock. Yeah, very, very fun album. Great songs. Yeah. It would have deserved to be higher, but the other albums I have above are equally good, and I like them just a bit better.
Okay.
Your turn.
So, my number six is Life on Other Planets, their fourth album. Um, I remember, and first of all, I've always been a big Supergrass fan ever since I first heard them. And I bought, I think, all of the albums except the last one when they came out. And yeah, uh, yeah, and Life on Other Planets. I remember when I bought that, there was a T-shirt with it, pretty cool one. I still have it somewhere. Um, I love the first track. It's called Za, and I love the last track called Run. Run is a total masterpiece. It's one of their best songs. But in between, I think the production is great. If you listen to it on a good stereo, it's a very good album. But I don't think the songs are very strong. In between, the songs are okay, but not really great in my opinion. I don't know. I've always had it in for this album. I always thought, Supergrass could do better. That's why it's last, but I still like it a lot. It's still a great album. I also love Can't Get Up. It's they are all big David Bowie fans and glam rock fans, and I think you can hear it on the production on this album. The production really shines. Number five is their newest effort called Diamond Hoo Ha. I think the singles were exceptionally good. I love Bad Blood. I love Rebel in You is maybe the best song on it. I really like it a lot. To me, it's not that poppy, um, but yeah, I think a really solid, good Supergrass album. And maybe it's a bit more interesting to me because I know the other albums that well, and this is still fresh to me. So, but yeah, there are better ones as well. My number four is the same as yours. Number four, I Should Coco. This could have been number one even because it's so good. I think it is the best album of all Britpop bands, if you consider Supergrass a Britpop band. I mean, Britpop is quite a loose term because every band that was around at this time was dumped into that genre. But I mean, Supergrass has more influences, I think, than maybe Oasis and other influences. I mean, sometimes they are really Beatlesque, but on many songs they are not Beatlesque at all. I hear, especially on I Should Coco, I hear a lot of Buzzcocks influences. I mean, it's very punky, but not the angry punk like the Clash, more the poppy, funny, friendly punks like the Buzzcocks. And yeah, it's really a very good album, and it has really a lot of power. Danny is really a great drummer. They have one hit after another. Caught by the Fuss, I'd Like to Know, Strange Ones, Man-Sized Rooster. I think every song here is really a banger. A standout track to me is She's So Loose. I mean, all the tracks are good, but She's So Loose is a standout track because it's the first time it shows that there is another layer on Supergrass. They can be really play with the production. And they always write great melodies, I think, on all instruments. And She's So Loose shows a little bit what is about to come on the next record. Yeah, and I really like that a lot. And yeah, and you hear Mickey Quinn. They have such a good bass player. Uh, Mickey Quinn is so good. His bass lines alone are so great, and they carry a lot of the tracks are carried by the bass. So it's really a power trio, and they really, yeah, it's their hardest rocking record, and I like it a lot, and it could be number one for me. All the other albums are that good. It's very, very close. So yeah, that's my number four.
Cool. So yeah, number three is their second album, In It for the Money from 1997. And it's just it has the same kind of energy the debut has. It has a little bit maturity in the songwriting, and it has more standout tracks for me. So that's the reason why it ranks a bit higher. So it totally makes good on the promise of the debut. I think it's what a sophomore album should sound like. I think a great song starts off with the title track. That's a cool one. I totally fell in love with Late in the Day. That's a phenomenal song. It's such good vibes. The sun shines when it comes on. It's just beautiful. Yeah, that's the clear standout for me. Sun Hits the Sky is also a great tune. So fizzles out a bit in the end, but that doesn't really matter. On number two, I have their third album, Supergrass, from 1998, 99, sorry. And yeah, it's just, it tops the second album. So you have basically the band maturing even more. The opener moving, I mentioned that in my introduction. That's absolutely gorgeous. It has one of the greatest breaks in all of pop music, I think, because the song starts completely different than it ends. Shows what great songwriters these guys are. Pumping on Your Stereo is a cool song, a grooving track, I think, nice for the dance floor. But there's no bad songs on here. So yeah, that's my number two, and my number one is your last place album. It's Life on Other Planets, and I can understand your point totally, because I had it lower initially, because I agree it doesn't have the songs that immediately grab you, but then I listened to it on a longer car drive, and it totally clicked for me. And I just love this whole world it opens. That's the title is pretty fitting, because it has a bit of a different sound. The first three albums were pretty grounded, especially the first two. Those were just some British kids, banging out tunes on the instruments. On the third album, it already got a bit more psychedelic, you could say. And on this one, they bring in influences from R&B and soul. You mentioned glam rock, psychedelic. So it is very rich sounding. And they pull it off to sound like a band from the 70s without being retro or something like that. So yeah, you mentioned Za. Let's look what I noted here. Standout tracks, Seen the Light, Can't Get Up. You mentioned that one before. I love Prophet 15. That's a very psychedelic track where they sing about meeting all those, Jimi Hendrix and I don't know who. They make appearances in the lyrics. Run, the last one, you also mentioned that one. Yeah, so this is just a very, but that goes for all of the albums. You can really listen to the album from front to back without skipping it. And this one, to me, is the most rounded album. It's not just a collection of songs, but it's bigger than the some of its parts, so to speak. That's
Mhm.
my number one.
Hmm. Interesting. Good. So my number three is their third album called Supergrass. I remember it. I can remember very well when it came out. Um, Yeah, I mean, they matured very much from the second to the third one because their soul influences were much more present. They were much more focused. Their humor was very focused, like on pumping on your stereo. When you listen, I don't know if you know this, when you listen closely, you can hear them singing humping on your stereo. I mean, it's a kind of a silly joke, but
Mhm.
it kind of works. Yeah, they just found a way to sing "Humping on Your Stereo" on a very poppy dance track without getting censored. That's Supergrass. So yeah, there are a lot of my favorite Supergrass songs are on here. Just like you mentioned, "Moving," of course, it's one of the very best songs. I also love "What Went Wrong in Your Head" and "Beautiful People" has an amazing chorus. Um, what make Supergrass choruses so good is I think they almost always they go in a different direction than you think. They have a very unexpected melodies very often, which make them so interesting. And by at this point, they also started heavily to play with production tricks, and that came in as well. So, and what is also very unique, I haven't heard this on an album of rock stars before, a song like "Mama and Papa." They just say hello from tour to their mom and dad, and it's really a nice song. Why not? I mean, even rock
Yeah.
stars can say something like that. Mick Jagger never did that, I think. So I can't imagine him doing it. So yeah.
Rappers do songs about their mamas often,
Ah, right,
like Tupac.
right. So my number two is your number six is "A Road to Rouen." I think it's their, in my opinion, their most beautiful album because it's very unique in the whole discography. It's obviously it is much more quiet than before. It doesn't have the Supergrass quirkiness and their poppiness and their their quick bang punk rock songs. It's a very quiet, mature album. And at first, I wasn't that impressed, but over the years, I really appreciated it more and more and more. And I now think it's a masterpiece from front to. I think it's to me it is the what you mentioned about Life on Other Planet. To me, it's their most complete work, more than the sum of its parts from front to back. It really works for me. A highlight for me is also the song "Low C." It's really beautiful. It's a love song. Also St. Petersburg, and yeah, it really shows how they have matured as songwriters. And I'm glad they have an album like this in their discography. And my number one is their second album, "In It for the Money." Yeah, I think all of the songs are great. They always have great openers, and I think, and this is no exception. "In It for the Money" is really combined with the album cover, which is really funny. I don't have it ready, sorry, but yeah, it's really great, and they have a lot of very nice. Yeah, I think it's a Frank Zappa quote, but it's kind of timeless. So why not bring it into the 90s? I think this is a transitional album for them because they still have their youthful energy from the first album, but they bring in soul influences. I think Curtis Mayfield is one of the favorite musicians of Gas Coombs, of the lead singer and main songwriter, and I think you can hear this very well. I mean, Curtis Mayfield also was a big, very great arranger. And that is what Supergrass also tried to do heavily on this album. They have some very strange ideas, especially on the last track, with has a very strange oomph drum sound, but it kind of works. Um, a drum computer sound. And yeah, this record is full of highlights. Richard III is maybe their best rocker. I think it was even covered by the Foo Fighters once live. I think it's really a great riff and a lot of variety. Tonight, late in the day, you mentioned it, great song. And another one of my favorites is Sun Hits the Sky. It's for me, it's one of my top three summer driving songs with a great organ solo by the brother of Gas, his brother. I think it's called Rob. He's called Rob Coombs, I think. He plays organ and becomes a member of Supergrass for a while. And yeah, I think this is their peak, but what followed was great as well.
Nice. Cool. I think what stood out to me, because when I think of Britpop, I mean, of course, you have the Gallaghers, who are these Mancunian lads with a big mouth and always naming names and stuff like that, and drinking and doing drugs. But usually I associate with Britpop kind of a snobbiness or dandiness, and these
Yes.
guys are completely different.
No.
Because yeah, they have this punk rock attitude, and just these 2 to 3 minute songs, very very grounded, no grand ideas or statements, just pulled from their lives, or the lives of their friends or whatever, and that makes them so sympathetic and accessible, I think. Just yeah, it's just like your friends have made a CD or something like that.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. They have a kind of a boys next door quality to them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
they were not big mouths like
So
the
yeah,
Gallaghers.
yeah, I think they have reunited, at least for some
Oh,
concerts a
really?
couple of years ago. Maybe we will see them again. I think, yeah, that's a bit sad that they don't have that expanded discography, just 6 albums. I mean, okay, better 6 great albums than a bunch of mediocre stuff, but they were still pretty young when they called it quits. So yeah, maybe we'll see them again. I'd be excited to hear what they have up their sleeves now.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen them a couple of times, I think three times. And once at Rock am Ring. And yeah, I could have seen Kiss on the big stage, but I chose to see Supergrass on the small stage. That was, but I did not regret it.
Yeah, I guess so.
So
Yeah,
I thought I want to experience the rock and roll going on now and not see some has-been.
yeah.
No offense to Kiss fans.
You can see Kiss in the next 20 years. Their goodbye farewell tour will last
Yeah,
a couple of decades, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Farewell tour number 16 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So let's wrap it up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Yeah, tell us if we are wrong or if we are right. Tell us your ranking in the comments. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. We are Rock Kaput, and we see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.